Welcome back to Blowing Your Mind with Tiarne Hawkins. I am
You're
her
too kind.
co-host, Bobby Darrell. So AI agents is kind of, it's not just like, oh, maybe that'll happen. Like this is happening, right? This is kind of like the new base layer of technology for AI. Is that the deal?
It is a layer of AI. It's part of the ecosystem, absolutely. Um, I think if you were to break that down, it's quite a significant part of the ecosystem, and it's going to play a huge part in our future, Bobby.
So the reason I framed it that way is because there's more coming. It's like, we're not just done with this robot workforce, which is half, maybe more than half. You know, I keep hearing the rise of the solopreneur, where it's like, it's going to be one dude or dudette and all these AI agents going, da, 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 I made $1 billion. Like what comes after AI agents? This is already like very mind-blowing stuff for most people.
Yeah, sure. So you probably heard Sam Altman's quote around this. He talks about the fact that the next billionaires could be, like you said, a dude or a dudette, with many different agents deployed. It's definitely going to fundamentally change the startup ecosystem. Another key thing to think of, though, is for enterprises that have complicated tech debt or architecture or legacy systems. I'm not sure how these AI agents will interact without a great deal of complexity in programming. It's just, you think about it, right? They've got years, hundreds of years, for so 100 plus years for some of these companies, 20, 30, 40, 50 years worth of these old legacy systems that I just don't believe will be that easy for an AI agent to interact with. So I think what we'll start to see is like the startup ecosystem absolutely booming and the enterprise ecosystem scrambling to try to work out how they can implement these AI agents.
Oh, yeah,
What I'm also, yes,
sorry, continue.
no, please go.
Well, I was just going to say, by enterprise, just to clarify, you mean basically that's like corporations, businesses, right? Like that's them using the AI for their purposes.
Yeah, think large banks, think any large telcos, they've all got these big legacy tech systems. And an AI agent, in order to be able to perform a task, needs to be able to interact with those systems to be able to perform the task. And so it's quite complicated to program. Whereas a startup, you've got the chance for a blank slate. So you can bring in that digital EA, you can bring in an AI agent for finance, you can bring in an AI agent for coding, and you don't have that heavy tech debt that some of the others may have,
They
like a
also
large
like
bank.
don't get hung over like I am right now. That's not true. And they don't sleep. I actually did get
Correct.
some sleep last night, thank
7 days a
God.
week.
But they can just like, you can just be like, you are going to work on this task, 18 AI agents or whatever I can afford for the next 100 hours in a row without sleeping.
Correct. Yeah. 24/7, 7 days a week. But beyond that, Bobby, obviously you've all heard about the race to general intelligence, so AGI.
Mhm.
The notion around human and AI symbiosis. I think that's an episode we can do at a later date. But what I'm most excited
Wait, what?
about,
Like cyborgs? You just threw in cyborgs, right?
symbiosis, a symbiotic relationship between human and machines, how we co-integrate, how we co-mingle. Do we have relationships with them? Don't we? Do we feel? Don't we? These are all really big philosophical
You know what's
questions.
crazy about this conversation? It's not like we're not like high at a house party in high school. Like, it would be weird if like robots could
Correct.
like do everything for us. It's like, this is now. This is
It is
life
now.
now.
It is now. And the basic definition of AGI, though it's yet to be defined, is an AI model or an agent that could be dropped into an environment and learn a task it's never been trained on. So like that's the future. We're talking about agents that need to be trained and interact with each other, whereas AGI would be the notion of it just learning any task and being able to perform anything, which is mind-blowingly wild. At the same time, we have Elon Musk putting neural chips in human brains so that somebody can control a computer with their
Okay,
mind.
stop. Stop it. Stop it with your brain chips. Although I love BCI, we're going to do it in the future. This is a 98-hour marathon with Tiarne
Yes.
Hawkins. Please come back anytime, please. AI agents are expected to make our lives easier. I mean, I could use an AI assistant myself. We'll see you next time on Open Source.